Alright, here we are in round one, and I've got to say, this looks a lot better than most of the hands I've been opening with, so maybe it'll work out. I guess if you're going to play a first turn Foundry Street Denizen, or if you're going to play Foundry Street Denizen, first turn is the best turn to play him on. Into Wojak Halberdiers, into Sunspire Griffin, into Cinder Elemental, well, looks like a pretty good curve out. I would happily trade my Foundry Street Denizen for that, even with a Wojak Halberdiers in play. But maybe we'll, he's not going to trade, but at least we get in 2 points of damage. That Sunspire Griffin should do some pretty decent work for us also. And then Cinder Elemental, oh, well there went the mugging we passed, I guess. That's unfortunate. Probably no need to attack there since you can just tap him to deal me 1 damage. Interesting choice here. I don't think I need to play this guy right away. So even though I could do an extra point of damage, I'm just going to play... I mean, there's no 1 mana green card. I mean, I guess actually there is a... the card where you untap your guy, but if he wants to waste a trick like that on this guy, then so be it. Yeah, I didn't think so. That would make some sort of sense as to why he swung, though. Some kind of trick to untap this guy to ambush me. Ooh, shit. I need some Homing Lightning. Don't think I'm going to draw Homing Lightning. And he's stuck on 2 land also. So, don't need a Trader's Instinct, one of those guys. So here, I think it's Cinder Elemental attack. I mean, this guy is pretty awesome too, but I think at this point there's no reason not to get out some more beats. I mean, he's stuck on 2 mana, but he has 2 Zertar Druids, so he really has ramped to 4. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this guy. I might just attack with him. I mean, I guess if I was going to do that, Zerichi Tiger's a better way to go, but it gives me more options. Enough that he wanted to use a second mugging on it, I guess. That's okay. I mean, there's not a great target for it just yet. The bad news is if I Trader's Instinct something big, then he will chump block with one of these guys. And he's probably going to have to chump block with them eventually anyway. Like, eventually. But I would say so far this game looks pretty good for us. Obviously we want to get in there pretty soon. I mean, we could play the Sun Home and use its pump ability. That's not a terrible idea either. Yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. Then we have a Zerichi Tiger backup and a Trader's Instinct. So he's got good removal, but so far I would say my choice to take the quick Boros creatures has been a good choice. Plus this combos well with this and that when I bring in a 1/1. Okay, so that worked out. He's probably playing a 3rd color maybe, but I don't think I saw anything in there worth sideboarding in. Again, I'm pretty sure I didn't open a Homing Lightning or pass one, so I'm pretty sure that's not in my sideboard. I didn't see any artifacts or enchantments. Of course, we didn't see a whole lot, but I would say that worked out pretty well. He's got removal, which kind of sucks. We'll have to keep that in mind for our Guild Mage. He's got 2 muggings, but I mean, if you're trying to bring in the beats, you're trying to bring in the beats. We have a lot of good 3-drops. More 2-drops would have been good, but I think it's pretty good. So we'll go to game 2. Deck felt good there. Of course, opponent stalled out and couldn't cast much. Must have been a 3rd color because he had 2 of those Zertar Druids, so he could have ramped into lots of things, yet he didn't cast much except for mugging. So he probably had a 3rd color and couldn't play anything. But let's go to game 2 and see. Okay, here we are in game 2. This one's questionable, I would say, because we don't have any white mana, and we only have one creature. In fact, I think a random 6 has got to be better than this. The trick's nice, War Leader's Helix is solid, but a 1-drop and then no 2 or 3 drops, which means we have to draw a 2-drop we can't play, or a land and then still can't play anything, so I think mulliganing to 6 is right here. Here we have to draw a mountain, but there's a lot of them in our deck, so if we have to send this guy out to the slaughter, we will do so. He mulliganed to 5, so that's not good for him. I don't really want to run the Guild Mage out there, but I think I'm going to, because he's not going to do much for me until we hit 6 mana. So I think at this point, letting him die right now is fine. He's probably got some sort of removal. He's got a ton of it, but... Huh. Alright, being that we don't have anything else to do, I guess Giant Growthing, attacking and Giant Growthing is fine. I don't... No, I think we'll just wait and play Moss Dog next turn. Moss Dog seems pretty good. So we'll just take the 2 here. I don't think the Feral Animist seems all that good. I guess you have a ton of mana and you get some good pump onto him, I guess. Alright, so we're definitely going to need to draw a mountain. In fact, before we do that, let's go ahead and attack, because if he's got some way to interact with this, we have our Giant Growth open. Okay. Didn't think so, but better to make sure. Better safe than sorry. So, if we draw a mountain, we should be in pretty good shape. Also, if we draw two other lands, we should be in good shape with this. He probably has removal for this and just realizes that we don't have anything to populate, so there's no rush. But interesting. All right. So no choice there. I guess this guy's going to be swinging for 6-1 then. Alright, there it is. Figured there had to be one in there. This might be a problem. It seems like it might be pretty good, actually. I haven't played with it yet, but it's kind of like giving all your guys madcap skills. All your attackers madcap skills. Okay, so here we got options. I mean, we're going to take 5. I think maybe, and then this guy can pump. This is an interesting one. I'm definitely playing the mountain. I mean, we can get in there for 7 right now, but then we take a lot, and if this guy goes to 3 and then he pumps it, he can make it 6. That seems bad. Okay, 6-1 on that guy. Now would be a good time to draw one of my removal spells, I would say. I guess, I mean, a Sunhome Guild Mage, and then be able to play 1/1s? Oh, that's going to take me a couple turns to get that on board. Like, I have to play it this turn, and then 1/1, then a 1/1. I'm taking a lot of damage before then. Interesting. I don't... So, I take 5, and then if he pumps it, I take 8. That seems bad. I mean, I swing for 7. That doesn't seem that bad. Swing for 7, take 8. Or I play a Warmind Infantry and have Giant Growth back up to double block. make him 6/1 and double giant growth one of my guys. Probably this one. That actually might have to be the play. I don't love the play, but I think that's what I have to do. He's about out of cards. We got gas. We just gotta live a while. That's the other reason I think racing here is probably wrong. I mean, he's only down one card on us, but we know our cards are pretty good. We don't know what he's got. It's a pretty good multi-5 though. This. All right, so this is interesting. So he can make it what 5. He can make it 10/1. So I mean, I guess that's about to wipe our board. Right, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, even this isn't going to save our guys. So, I mean, we don't really have an option here though, but to double block. So he'll make it 10/1, and we'll lose both our guys for his guy. But we slow the beating down. I mean, obviously we can't not double block here. We don't have any options. Unfortunately, the giant growth isn't even going to save one of our guys. That's the problem. But we get rid of that guy, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, not a whole lot we can do about that, I guess. I mean, he can make this guy attack for 3. Oh, that's good. That's really good. In fact, now I got options. I mean, I'm not worried about taking 13 this turn, so I think Viashino First Blade is probably the right play here and get in for my 4. And then War Leader's Helix, probably whatever he plays. Probably not this guy. I mean, that guy's pretty annoying, but we got the Sunhome Guild Mage, we got a Giant Growth and a War Leader's Helix. And he's down to 1 card. We are going to take, like, well, 4 damage, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 damage. I mean, we deal 4, we take 4. That's not amazing, but I think saving the Warrior Leader's Helix is right. If we draw a Mountain, then we can play a Sunhome Guildmage and a War Leader's Helix. That seems pretty good. Alright, well, it's not exactly what I wanted. Here I am going to play the Guildmage and let's see. Just in case he's got like a Scorchwalker or something, I think. Let's see, 3, 4. He swings for 4, so I'm gonna stay back, double block, and use a Giant Growth, and hopefully not get blown out. I mean that's one option. The other option is just to take it and hope that he doesn't have like a Wrecking Ogre or something like that. I mean, that would wreck us pretty bad regardless. It's right in the name even. But like a Scorchwalker, let's see. If he's got a Scorchwalker, he swings for 9, so that would be lethal. That would be the only thing that would probably be lethal. But I think at this point, I like where we're at. Yeah, that's, of course, the problem. I'm going to go ahead and try to keep that guy alive, though. He seems pretty good. Of course, he can't block, and he wisely realized that, but I think keeping my guy alive is just too important. Clearly, he didn't have a way to kill me, so I could have got in for 2 damage. Alright, there's a Bomber Core, sure. Alright, no reason to hold the land here since we want to be doing stuff with this guy. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. We can put in 1. Let's see. Well, if we don't do, I mean, we're going to play the War Leader's Helix, I guess, on this guy. And then next turn we would take 3. I think it's just attack, play War Leader's Helix on this guy, and then take 3, and we'll be at 9, so we should go to 6. I think that actually is probably what we want to do here. He doesn't have any cards in hand, so I think being aggressive here is probably right. Unfortunately, we can't play the Helix and do anything with this guy this turn, but next turn we'll be able to double use this guy if we need to. And there's no reason not to play the Helix right now since he has no cards in hand. I mean, sometimes with the instants you think, oh, I want to, you know, save my instant so I can use it on their turn. It's an instant, but there's no reason to do that in case he has some way to pump this guy or do something like that. Here we just want to gain our 4 life, kill his guy, and if he swings for 3, he swings for 3. Depending on what he does, I mean, we can swing back 4-8. And if we draw a land, we can, any non-guild gate, we can make 2 1/1s, which is, alright. Yeah. This card's probably worth bringing in Disenchanted for, because if it wasn't for this card, this game would just be, no doubt, a winner for us. So this card definitely has caused some issues. Plus he has a Civic Saber, which even if we use a Naturalize on this, it's still fine. Yeah, I mean, we can only put 1 token into play. But we can, or we play just the Zurichi Tiger. I think we just play the Zurichi Tiger. And then we have to double block, I guess, this guy, right? And we can pump our guys if we need to. I can't really attack here though. I'm gonna take at least 3 damage this turn since I can only block one of these guys. And it's gotta be the big one that tramples. Hopefully he stops drawing some gas here and gives us a chance, but that Gruul War Chance seems pretty good. He did pick up 2 muggings at least. We've seen 2 each game, so he might have more than 2. Again, mugging would be good in our deck too, but what we're trying to do, you know. So here we're obviously going to have to double block this guy and take 2. And it's going to have to be this guy and this guy. And they will deal 4 damage. And I keep my Guild Mage alive. That's got to be right. I don't think there's any reason not to pump my guys. Can't use this ability, although it would be pretty good, but I think keeping the Guild Mage alive is too important. Alright, so we at least can block this turn. We're probably not going to lose this turn. Now we're really not going to lose this turn, so we're going to swing for 2, play this guy, and make a 1/1. I mean, we can't win this turn, so yeah, that's... Although if he draws a removal spell, then we're really in trouble. We take 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can't do everything I want to do, but and if he draws a land, he can scavenge onto this, which really puts us in bad shape because then we can't even kill this guy. So we're kind of in trouble in that if we draw a land, if he draws a land, we're in trouble to the Cross the Monitor because it'll make this guy 6/6, and if we And if he draws something else, then we're probably in trouble also. So I would say this game really is going to be probably lost to Gruul Warchant. Yeah, so there's a land. Oh, no, it's not a land. Yeah, okay, I would say that looks like 7 to me. Alright, so obviously we're gonna make a guy. Give my guy, oh, good reason to wait. Give my guy +2 or +1/+0. So Sunhome Guildmage looks like it's going to be doing some decent work for us. We draw a land, actually, we can play 2/1/1s. That wouldn't even be bad. I'd actually be pretty okay with 2/1/1s. Alright. Well, that's a pretty sick draw. So this one's going to come down to who draws what. It's top decking mode, although I don't. In fact, I don't really know who's better off. He's got this guy and this guy, which are both pretty good. He didn't draw land. Oh my god. All right, well, there's that. Not much you can do about that. He just kept top decking. I mean, we did draw Punish the Enemy, but alright, well, go to game 3. We're going to bring in a Naturalize. Other than that, we really just absolutely dominate that guy if it's not for the Gruul Warchant, so that's something to keep in mind for the future. I would say the Foundry Street Denizen is probably my least good card. It was fine for me, actually. The first game I kept, I played it turn 1 and kept drawing guys. But I think probably a little bit beefier is probably better. I think maybe Zurichi Tiger, but I think this is probably the way to go. I think my deck is actually quite a bit better than his, but that Gruul Warchant was pretty good. So we'll go to game 3 and hopefully it works out our way. That was a pretty sick top deck. In fact, that's like probably the only card he could draw to beat me, unless he has Traitorous Instincts or some other hasty guys that can deal that much damage, but that's how it goes. Alright, here we are in game 3. I would say, while disappointed to not win game 2, that was a pretty good game of Magic, I think. So, of course, this is what I open. Magic never wanting to make things easy on me. I think I have to ship it. I can't play my 2-drop. I can't play my 3, and I can't play 4s unless I draw 2 lands, so I think I have to. This is fine. I can Naturalize in case, really, it looked like the one card in his deck that can really get me. I can't play any of my Boros cards, which is a bummer. Alright, well, that's gonna get in some damage. Hopefully only 2. And if it's a Cackler into Warmind Infantry attack and some sort of mugging, which he clearly has at least 2 of, then so be it. Not much I can do about that. If he doesn't play anything, this Cobble Brute can definitely alright, well that so here it seems pretty fishy to not attack here, I think, unless it looks like I'm trying to make this guy attack into me. But is that, I mean, I guess I can swing for 2, take 5, and then if he doesn't play anything, I mean, I can swing for a ton, like 7. So let's just say he doesn't play anything, which is a pretty big if. No, I think I'm better off not. Well, I'd kind of I'd love to be able to have the Cobble Brute swing and stay alive too. Yeah, I think I just want to slow it down a little bit. I don't want to take 5 here, so if he attacks into me, then I'll play my Giant Growth. Looks like he's stuck on mountains, which is probably good for us. Alright, he decided he did not want to attack into that, so that's pretty good. Plains would be pretty sweet. So now I'm going to play Cobble Brute, and I have Giant Growth mana up. He does probably have Muggings in hand since he's got like 9 of them. So we're probably going to have to play a Giant Growth on a Cobble Brute to keep it alive through a Mugging. And if he's got 2 Muggings, then so be it. Alright. Okay. Now we are in business, my friends. Yeah. We are going to be aggressive right now. So yeah, my opponent's discussing how he had to mulligan and how he's not drawing anything. And to be fair, he's pretty much red-green, so he's not. It doesn't really look like he's overextended himself a whole ton into like 3 and 4 colors. Like he's pretty clearly red-green. So I understand his frustration for sure, but I think our deck was better. All the Muggings are good, but anyways, well, we win. I mean, he is red-green, so it's pretty. I mean, I don't know what his mana looks like. But, hey, we won a round, and I would say our deck looks pretty good. His looks pretty good, too. 2 Zertod Druids to punish the enemy, 2 Muggings, Spider Thug, so he actually took a lot of the cards we would have wanted to take, although, I mean, we did pass Mugging for creatures, so anyway, we'll go to round 2, and at least we finally win a round. Hooray!